buttstock. Let's see if I can get a good shot on the buttstock. Okay, in the buttstock, as you can see, this is a this is not a NATO length. This is a Warsaw length, which just came with the rifle. This is a Warsaw length buttstock, Warsaw packed. This is the standard length that the basically the Warsaw Pact countries use. You know, the Polish, Romanians, Hungarians, Russians, Bulgarians, all that. Of course, they have another stock called the NATO length, which is longer. I don't particularly like it. This is a lot more, makes it more compact and perfectly comfortable for me. And of course, this is a plum colored. Of course, we have the pistol grip. This is just your standard AK pistol grip for 922R compliance. This is plum colored, just like the buttstock. I don't know if you can really tell that it's plum or not if I get in closer. So you can tell from the black receiver and the plum handle. These are not black, these are plum, which I prefer on the AK-74. It looks a lot, it makes it look really nice and really good. And these are all K-VAR furniture, I believe. The buttstock, the fore ends, hand guards, and the pistol grip. Of course, on your trigger system right here, you have a Tapco G2 trigger system, and the thing that you see underneath it is something called a Hellfire trigger system. Basically, it's something real simple. Basically, just a spring wrapped around the bolt with the screw on top that clamp with basically a C-clamp, and that spring with that little arm puts back pressure on the trigger. So when you bump fire, it's supplying extra pressure forward, so it resets quicker, and it's a lot easier to bump fire. So that's also a solution right here to get this than trying to get the bump skis, or the bump stocks they have out now. It's way cheaper. I paid about 20 bucks for it. Works great. Of course, the magazines that I use with this are no other than circle tins, just like my other AKs. I use waffle pattern AK circle tin mags for my 47s. This is a circle tin ribbed 74 magazine. And of course, I'm going to take it out of here for you guys. Okay, sorry about that. Trying to adjust this. As you can see here on the front right there, you can tell that it's a metal lips, and it's also a metal body as well, as you can tell. So you see the metal coming through. This is a metal body, basically a thin metal body that's finished off by a thick coating of polymer. It's a high durability polymer, has a great heat strength to it, and it's just a great all-around weapon. I mean, not weapon, magazine, sorry. And of course, oh yeah, and they probably run you about 30 bucks. Of course, this is cleared. I don't want anyone to get all bent out of shape here. Clear. Clear. None in the chamber. Everything's good. So we're all good here. Okay. Like I said, this is AK-74M, built by Troy Sellers at InRange. Bought this rifle for a little under $1,000, but it's well worth it. This is a no-DAC spud receiver, and this is the 1.5mm thick no-DAC spud receiver. So this is basically the best no-DAC bud you can buy for an AK build. And of course, also the pins in the receiver that you see here, these are all custom made pins by InRange. They don't buy pins from third party and assemble them. He all makes his own pins and stuff there, so it's also a really good plus. Of course, here all my parts are matching on the 74. Everything from the bolt, from the piston, of course the receiver and the gas block and all that is perfectly matching, which is a big plus. Of course, you can see your rear sights here. It goes all the way from 100 to 1,000 yards. The end you see right here is basically for close quarter settings, anywhere from 0 to 75 or 0 to 50. Of course, up here in the front, you can see the plum furniture. Also, U.S. made K-VAR furniture that comes on this weapon. Has a little palm swell here, and that's the traditional 74M style furniture. And of course, as you can see, this barrel is a chrome hammer forged barrel. So basically, it's chrome lined and hammer forged. It's a very, very great barrel. You can't get no better than the original barrels. And it was a brand new. This wasn't a parts kit. This was actually a fully assembled rifle that he received. Basically, just took the receiver off it, slapped the American one, and then the 922R, and bam, there you go. So everything was matching, and it was a whole rifle to begin with. Here you can see the Cyrillic marking right here on the the gas block here. The little Cyrillic. I'm not sure exactly what number that is. It's the same one that's on the rear sight, but that's a letter of some sort. Of course, you can see this isn't rust right here. This is just a kind of the steel when where the basic bluing has worn off, and it's still kind of dyed the steel there, so it's not rust. Of course, this has a cleaning rod. I just took it out. Of course, you see the traditional AK-74 brake. That is a non-American made. That is a Bulgarian brake. Those are work great. You can't get no better than those. Those are all around great. For the time period it was made, it was ahead of its time. It really was. Of course, you see here you have the rail. For any optics that you want to put on here, of course. Any kind of POSP or Cobra red dot or whatever you want. And of course, as you can see, if I can get a good focus on it, this is Circle 10, made to Circle 10 factory, and of course you got your Cyrillic nomenclatures there, and then you have the serial for the gun. Like I said, everything is matching. And of course, this sling right here, it was just used to be a single point sling, but I customized it. It was just a, no wait, it was a double, I think it was a double point sling. But I customized, basically took this out, got some 550 cord, wrapped it it through here, pulled it through, braided it, tied it back around, burnt it off, so it's nice and thick, solid. And I laid it across the receiver, and of course it laid it coming back, and I tied it around my buttstock right here, which this is held up for 3 years. And of course I tied it into here with this, and it ain't going nowhere. It's been there for, like I said, 3 years. And that way it'd be a 3-point system where you can basically put this around my chest and my weapon hangs at the low ready perfectly. And of course, you can see here, I don't know if it'll zoom in or not. Yeah, Tapco USA G2. Okay, let's go ahead and break down this rifle. See if I can break it down with one hand. I'm going to break it down the rest of the way here. Of course, you have a recoil spring, like you always have on the AK system. I usually keep a buffer pad in the back, but I took it out here recently to clean it out, put it back in. Of course, you can see inside the receiver. Like I said, no deck spud receiver. This is a, of course, Tapco G2 trigger system. Very nice, very smooth, good trigger pull. And of course, right here you got your piston, your bolt carrier in the rear, and your bolt underneath. Everything is in pristine condition on this. And of course, everything is chrome plated and chrome lined, like the barrel on the inside of the chamber and the inside. The tuning's chrome plated and everything, and this is chromed. Of course, you got your bolt. This isn't a bolt that came with it. I'm actually replacing the firing pin in the other one. This is one that I had bought to put in here, and it doesn't have very much wear in it. But I bought it from K-VAR, and it's a Bulgarian 74 bolt, and the bolt's in great condition. Of course, brand new, right out of the box, so virtually no wear on it. And of course, you can see how nice that firing pin is in there if I can get a good focus on it. See, that firing pin's basically brand spanking new. There ain't no dents or mashes or chips in it. So this bolt has thousands and thousands of life years left. Of course, got your gas tube to disassemble, like we all know in the KALASHNIKOV world. Of course, you got your gas tube. This is matching, so the serial numbers on the other side. Of course, you can see, like I said, the US made right there. If you look inside here, you can probably see that it's needs a little work. Not work, I'd say. It's just, even though I clean it, after I shoot it with the water hose, I just dunk it down with the water hose for about 3 minutes straight, and then hang it up on a hanger and disassemble it. Douse everything with the WD-40 spray bottle, let it set for about 10 minutes, then wipe it down. That's perfect. That's all you really need.